Two sides of a coin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of the Ordinary Maverick. It's pouring outside, absolute cats and dogs, and with a lot of thunder. I'm simply enjoying this lovely weather after the extreme heat and very high humidity. Once again, welcoming you to the Ordinary Maverick podcast, through which I share real life thoughts and experiences and Maverick tips. Numismatics. What does this word mean? Some of you might have heard it, and I'm pretty sure that almost all of us have practiced this at some point in our lives. Yes, numismatics is the study of coins. It's also collecting coins. And a numismatist is someone who collects coins, who studies coins. As a young boy, I was always fascinated by coins, collecting the different denominations, checking in with my friends, and spending hours together looking at the coins, observing them. At that time, getting coins from different countries was a real treat, and pennies from the UK or cents from the US were highly treasured. How the world has changed. World travel becoming more and more accessible, coins also became a bit more easily available, and then of course the focus changed to collection of rare coins. Well, my love for coins continues, and as we traveled, as we moved and lived in different countries, the coin collection kept growing and growing. In our home today, a big glass bottle is proudly displayed carrying different coins from all over the world. What's so fascinating about coins? For me, it was the unique shapes, the designs, the history, and then the two sides. I grew up in India, a cricket loving country, and one of the important moments in a cricket match is the toss. Which side wins the toss is a big moment and hugely anticipated. I'm sure it's the same in many games played across the world and in our games that we play at home too. And also say, let's toss a coin and take a decision. Reminds me of an iconic movie in Bollywood where the toss determined the course of action between two friends. And after one dies, it is discovered that in actuality, the coin just had the same heads on both the sides. And so, each time the friend picked heads, he very well knew what the toss would be. Anyways, the point is there are two sides to a coin, heads or tails. And isn't life like that in so many ways? So many emotions are like two sides of a coin. Hope and despair, happiness and unhappiness, pleasure and pain, and many others. But the important thing here is that these are just different ways of looking at or dealing with the same situation. Life is so much like a coin. Think about it. There are so many endless possibilities, potentials, and all of them have two sides and one can't do without the other. Like, white needs black, tall needs short, life and death, the good and the bad, the beautiful and the ugly. And doesn't all this depend on us, our way of looking at things? The famous saying, you see the cup as half full or half empty. A maverick at heart, this aspect of duality has been an integral part of my life. The realization that the two sides of a coin, the different aspects of life are complementary to each other. That life is more beautiful and fulfilling when we strike the right balance, which is so necessary for our happiness, our joy. We understand the full dimension only by experiencing both the sides. Let me try and expand on this. People who have near-death experiences know what it means truly to be alive. The more difficult the struggle or the challenge, the greater is the joy in overcoming it. We encourage this in our children, and I have spoken earlier about celebrating failures and not just successes. Well, we are living through a crisis, an unprecedented health emergency, COVID-19. I know this is a recurring theme coming through in the last few podcasts, but it's center stage for all of us right now. We are all dealing with this crisis in our own way. Do you know the emerging word of the year for 2021 is languishing? It was recently made popular by a New York Times piece by Wharton psychology professor Adam Grant. who said that languishing is the absence of well being. It's an important aspect of mental well being. One doesn't have the symptoms of mental illness, but then you're not okay either. You are languishing. Basically, feeling a lack of focus. Don't feel like doing anything. You're not feeling good about your life. I've found myself in this situation many a times over the past year, continually hearing about the difficulties, the despair, the sickness and death. It takes a toll mentally, emotionally. I would like to share with everyone listening that you are not alone in these feelings. It's like, one is driving with a foggy windscreen and then one uses the wipers and brings clarity to the road ahead. According to me, this is one side of the coin. The other side is flourishing. And we all have to dig deep into a maverick spirit, the deep inside, gut feeling, and bring this out. Carve out time to focus without interruption on completing tasks. Bring out the feeling of achievement. Celebrate small joys and victories. Make moments special. Try to find a flow, something that brings you joy. We hear about many people starting different initiatives during the lockdown. Here is a maverick tip. Do a group project, whether it's with friends or with family. Do something together and let not distance make any difference. In 2020, we did quite a bit of that, making video messages, planning celebrations together, planning a book which was printed with messages from near and dear ones across the world and photographs of special moments. Well, don't let that go. Keep that going in 2020 as well. Go ahead, plan the next video group call with your family, your extended friends, and see how that makes a difference in your well being. Go from languishing to flourishing. Get the flow going and do not hesitate to reach out for support, for a chat. Remember, you are not alone. We are but two sides of the same coin. Write in your comments, share your feedback. I would love to hear from you. And for some more Maverick tips, do subscribe to the Ordinary Maverick podcast. This is Ajay signing off and wishing you have an amazing day. Keep well, keep safe. Credits. This podcast series was put together as a team effort from the Bhardwaj family. Concept, design, title, researchers and reviewers Ajay, Sanjana, Avantika and Niharika Bhardwaj. Script, Sanjana. Cover design, Niharika. All rights reserved.